Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and today I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Pisces. If Pisces is your solar, lunar, ascendant/rising sign, then this is a message for you. Okay, let's get started. Okay. Let's see what these tea leaves have to say today. All right. And so our card is the Two of Wands. This is related to dominion. That is kind of an energy of being assertive, kind of conquer and rule. But I also kind of think of just somebody who feels kind of in their zone. You know what's going on. You feel comfortable making your moves, doing your things, speaking up. You just know how things work, right? Okay. That looks like a giant rat. My goodness. Let's see. All right, so I want to start. Okay. Well, just one second here. We're going to go back around. This is not going the way that I thought it was going to. Okay, so we have a large raven right here. Okay, so of course my name is Lenor. You might think my name's Ula. My name is not Ula. And that's okay. It is called Ula Tea Leaf Readings, but Ula is actually a feminine goddess consciousness that I relate to. But the raven, if you know the poem by Edgar Allan Poe, where my namesake comes from, is often associated with death coming to your door. Okay, but I like to throw that right out the window. I don't think that the raven, the crow, really has much to do with death, at least in my association. Okay, the raven for me is it is a forewarning, maybe, of the arrival of new energies. Okay, maybe something is coming that will give you opportunity. This might be the arrival of a new source of resource, food. Well, and a lot of birds, right? When big birds show up, usually there is some kind of food source there. I have a little murder of crows that come to my backyard because we have bird baths, and they come and play in them. But so there's something there for them. There's some kind of resource. So when we see them, I also think of, my father. I always know I'm on the right path when I see a crow or a raven. Usually we see crows here, and they kind of hang out on the side of the roads in the by the fields. There are a lot of fields here, so I see this and I think there's something coming. There will be choices to be made, which is in line with that Two of Wands. Two distinct paths, two distinct roads, two distinct choices, right? And with the bird, we know spirit is heavily in the atmosphere. This is a very prominent, very well formed, obvious what this is right here. We don't have to do a lot of imagining to see that that is a bird. Okay, so then we look over here. Now, It looks kind of like a person, arms, head. Kind of looks like a rat in my estimation, because we have a tail. We also have, it looks like they have like a little crown on right here. So I get the distinct feeling that there's somebody around who really has a large ego. Okay, they want to be the center of the show. They will do whatever they have to get that attention. Is it positive attention, negative attention? They don't care. They will cause chaos. They will, lie, kick, scream, whatever they have to do. Doesn't matter. And they seem to be very much in this physical realm. This is the flat of the bowl. And they're very large. This is a very large, they're not large in stature, but their presence is large in your life. Okay. So, I feel like this is a really important time for you to kind of shut this down. Don't engage with it. I don't know. For some reason, this feels like it's either in the workplace or in family stuff. Okay. It just seems like they're the bringer of chaos. But it does not have to be that way, right? It really has so much to do with how we react and engage with people who behave, this way, right? And so we have two people over here that are pointing the same direction. You can see this one's arm is out, and this one maybe looks like a child, and their arm is out. Okay, and it looks like up here, I almost see like a scene of a train or train station. I see like a train right here, if you can see that, and then maybe a train here with the kind of smoke coming up. And I see a person here who looks like they maybe are, walking over this way. So I feel like there is a decision, and it's interesting because there are two trains. Like there's almost two tracks, two roads, two paths. But I feel like there is a sense of departure. Really, I almost wonder, is this a job? Is this somebody who's maybe like in management, maybe your boss, somebody who at least perceives themselves to have some kind of power over others in this workplace? And I kind of wonder, are you deciding to move along? Are you just kind of done with this dynamic? Kind of getting on a train, not unlike the boat, not unlike the plane, movement away. Okay. The train is interesting though, because it takes with it a lot. It has the capacity to move a lot of things. And so I feel like if you are leaving, you are taking a lot with you. You are a probably talented person, somebody who, like we talked about, knows what they're doing within the space that we're discussing, your career, your job. You know how to do your job. You know the ins and outs. You feel comfortable. You probably are able to problem solve quickly and just get things done. Now, if you decide to get on that train and take off with all of your ability, with all of your skill, then good for you. And I hope that you find, a job, or you have lined up a job that will be a better fit for you. Because it is never fun dealing with people who kind of have that rat king. I think of like the the nutcracker, right? Just that kind of dancing rat energy or whatever. So, you know, and I feel like these are the two people it really is an emphasis on this departure. Okay. And it doesn't have to necessarily be that you are working or that this is about your job. This could be a relationship. This could be the way that your routine is going, a friendship, you know, whatever it is. There feels like there is a decision to be made, truly, okay? Up here we have a bull, okay, beneath a sun. And so we have that very like strong, vital energy. Beneath the sun, there's clarity, there's peace, but you know, that's fire on fire, basically. And, you know, although you don't want to expend the energy it takes to be angry, to be forceful, to kind of, you know, charge as a bull would, you rather just kind of hang out, you know, and take in that warmth on your back, you know. Sometimes you have to, you know, come and take up for yourself. I don't think that this is really the case. I think that this has been an ongoing thing. I think you know that whatever situation, whatever the circumstances are, you are capable of changing, moving things around, starting a different chapter. And, you know, I think we're really just kind of coming to that place. And it's getting closer and closer yet. Okay, so I also have a person who is wearing a robe, and above them, I'm trying to see here, we have a semicolon, we have, it looks like maybe a dagger and then an eye, okay? And so, you know, I really get the impression, and with these people pointing to, I get the impression that there really is this sense of conspiracy almost, something going on that you feel doesn't feel exactly right. If that is kind of, you know, gossip or, you know, people kind of joining sides or whatever, especially like in the workplace, you know how that goes. But I think that, you know, it's just kind of a sense of watching your back, being careful who you talk to about what, you know, keeping your maybe thoughts, feelings about things a little bit more buttoned up, and, you know, just kind of keeping that real, like, kind of professional boundary. If this is that work. But even if this is like with friends, socially, whatever, you know, it's really nice to have people in our lives who we can tell everything to. How often does that happen? You know, I don't know, not very often. I think in our lives we have a few people that are like that. So you have to be mindful about what you say to people. I know this from personal experience because I just have that thing where, you know, I'll have a little small talk, but then next thing you know, talking about, you know, death and recovery and whatever, and those are fine things to talk about, but it's real heavy for some people. You know, just some person you meet at the park while your kids are playing, probably keep it light, right? You don't need to tell them everything about yourself. And I have to remind myself of that. You know, but I think also we just have to, we have to be discerning about what kinds of things we divulge to others, right? Who do we let into our sacred space, our personal life? So anyhow, let's get on to this one over here. Ooh, we have a little bit of a chili pepper here. That's nice. I like that. Something spicy going on. We have a heart. Again, the semicolon. Now, the semicolon, as we know, well, maybe you don't know, but I've mentioned it a few times on here, usually has to do with somebody in your life, or maybe yourself, somebody who has survived a situation of, and I don't know what I'm allowed to say on YouTube, but I think unaliving yourself is what people say. So having, and you can look it up. It's a semicolon, and it is it's a symbol of survival. Okay, and so I've seen this twice, and I think that it doesn't necessarily have to do with that exact thing, but I do think that it is a sense of, really having been in a place where things felt very hopeless, things, whatever it was, very destabilized, but trying with all of your might to come out of that. Okay, really working hard on managing mental health, wellness, spiritual aspects of your life. Okay, and that's not easy. So if that is you or somebody I congratulate whoever this has to do with. I know it's not an easy road. I've talked about this as well. I have my own experience with this personally. I was in a coma for almost a few days, so it was pretty serious, and it's something that happened, and it was part of the thing that really changed my life, and took a lot of work to dig myself out of that place. And I still struggle. I still do. Thankfully things have gotten better in those regards, but a lot of therapy has helped, lots of it. So, it's just, you're not alone if you feel that way. I think more people feel, struggle than we know. And, as I also like to mention on here, if you, feel like you need some extra help, you need to talk to somebody, please reach out to your support system, your trusted people. If it is something, where you don't have somebody like that to talk to, please reach out to a hospital emergency line. There are hotlines in every country, I imagine. So, it's hard when you're in a place where you feel like there's nowhere to turn. But I'm here to tell you there are always places to go. It might be hard, and it might feel like work to find those resources. I know it. I understand. But, you're worth it. We love you, and you're needed. You're needed in this world. And so and you can always comment here. I have an email in the description if you want to reach out. I know that, life is not easy for anybody. We all have our times. We all have our issues that come up. And so when I see this, especially repeating, I just, I want you to know, and this might be somebody in your life as well. We all kind of have our family members that suffer through, things, and we have friends and people we work with, and sometimes it's hard to know what to do, and if somebody is brave enough to come to you and ask you for help, and you're struggling about finding resources, there are things like in America, there's a place called, or a organization called NAMI, which is NAMI, and they have really good resources. They also have meetings in most cities for mental health, and it spans all over the different kinds of mental health. And so, things like this are worth looking into. Okay, we don't have to suffer in silence. There's nothing wrong with asking for help. I know that there's still stigma around certain things, and, in this space at least, there's none of that here, right? I run a household that is very much into talking about our mental health, so there's nothing to be embarrassed about or, feel that you cannot express yourself. And again, like I said, you can comment, or if it feels more private, then there's an email there. Okay. And then I want to talk about the chili pepper. Completely separate issue here. Separate energy, I should say. The chili pepper, something spicy. I feel like there's some kind of attraction, some kind of interest, maybe dating, maybe having a nice date night with your significant other, something. Okay, so take advantage of that energy. All right. So we have the Earthbound Oracle cards. The cards I've been using have more of like affirmations and little inspirational things. These are just a picture and one word. So I'm just going to use these ones to kind of punctuate whatever the reading has been about. We'll see if it connects. Maybe it has nothing to do with it. I don't know, but we'll see. Okay, and I'm just going to stop where it feels right. Okay, and this one says time. All right. So, I feel like with the images we were seeing, it feels like there is almost a feeling of time running out, having to make that decision, feeling maybe pressured, especially by the energy of that rat person. Which, let me just say, I'm not anti-rat. I love rodents. I don't have them as pets or anything, but out in the wild, I love them. But a rat person in your life, unless that's their totem animal, that's also different. But somebody who is pretty conniving, right? I'm not here for that energy. So having somebody like that can really put you kind of on the clock, right? Thinking about hurrying up, getting away from this person, not wanting to. If you're at work and you have somebody like that, especially if they are, a manager or, your boss in some capacity, it makes the time just, go by so slowly. But also, you just don't even want to be there. It's like anxiety about having to show up. So I get that, and I hope that, making some decisions here with that Two of Wands energy will help alleviate some of that stress for you and kind of get you back on the horse, going forward, and in that bull energy, right? Okay, So, Pisces, I want to say thank you so much for spending this time with me. It is always such an honor to be able to do these readings for you. If you'd be so kind as to like the video, it helps us get into the algorithm. The algorithm kind of helps, with everything. I mean, it really is what decides how everybody kind of does on the internet. Where our videos go, who sees them, all of that. So we like to make it happy by giving it the engagement that it wants. Things like liking the video, watching the readings from the beginning to the end, sharing the videos on other social media platforms. Other than that, if you haven't subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next videos are coming out. And if you want to leave a comment, please do. I read all of them. I appreciate all of them. I love hearing from you. And I will just mention I added a perk to the membership tier. There's only one. And that is access to the Discord server. The Discord is like a chat room, so you can chat with me and other members on there. Okay, Pisces, I want to say thank you, and we will talk in just a few days.